Hello everybody, this is FC7 and I'm continuing my series on soloing in Empires of Kunark. And today I'm going to show you where I solo in Scorched Woods. And if you look on the map, this is right up by Chardock. It'll be a little bump on the right hand side of the map, right before the gates. And there's an area here where there's a lot of Sarnax you can solo. And today we'll be doing the regular aggro kiting. There's enough area here where you really don't have to do the root rot. I mean, you can if you want to, but this area is perfect for classic aggro kiting. And for some reason, I haven't aggro kited in quite a while. But there's more than enough space for you to aggro kite these. I think there's like 5 or 6 mobs. And for some reason, lately, my pet seems to take aggro when I'm aggro kiting. I'll have to see what that's all about. You can probably just use your swarms, your pet swarms for this also. Which is what I'm going to do until I get this figured out about using the pet. So as you can see, there's this whole open area, and it looks like the mobs have some kind of difficulty following you in a straight path. But that's for the devs to figure out someday. It's not noticeable enough to be exploitable, so I mean they still follow you. It just seems like they walk a little bit forward before they actually come at you. So we'll just aggro kite this guy here. And if you noticed, I'm using some kind of new capturing software. I'm trying different things out. So it's making my gameplay a little bit choppy. I don't know if you noticed that in the video. And I think the developers actually added in some new spell graphics. A little weird. So we'll kite this guy. And there he goes. Let's start with the next one. We'll do this blue con. This would be a really great spot if you had some alts. You could just sit them right here while you aggro kite and get experience. But only one of my accounts has EOK right now. So yeah, all the Sarnax in the zone seem to be kiteable. I know the giants, they're kiteable and routable, but they have massive amounts of hit points. Like, these guys have hit points that are super high, but if you try to kite the giants, yeah, they're even worse. Well, you might want Whisper Wind up in case the mobs get too close. So as soon as you clear out that first mob, you'll have a little bit of extra space on the bottom here where there's not as many obstructions and it's not as hilly. It's more clear. So again, if you're new to the Necro class, just simply use the AA Encroach in Darkness. That'll snare the mob, which makes him walk slower. And then you just load him up with dots, damage over time spells. And he can't reach you, so you just keep running and walking. Staying out of the way of his melee attacks. Someday I plan to do a video on how to aggro kites, part of my series on how to play a Necromancer. So this guy's almost done. And wow, we actually got a pretty rare drop. It's one of the ornamentations for this zone, one of the new chess pieces. So, I mean, yeah, you can also get some good loot, I guess, if you're kiting in this zone solo. I think that's worth about 80 to 100,000 platinum right now. So we'll aggro kite this next guy. And I'm actually using the new run speed AAs that were introduced in Empires of Kunark for Necros. There's 2 new ranks, so if you're going to be aggro kiting in this area, you really should not get hit at all. And even if you have a slower run speed, I mean, these mobs can't really catch you at all. Unless you make a mistake. I know there's some obstructions. So just have situational awareness. You shouldn't get hit. And always remember, Whisper Wind will get you out of any kind of trouble too. It's an AA that will take you from where you are and like teleport you forward about 300 or 400 feet. And the mobs can't touch you then either. And we'll try some swarm pets until I figure out what's going on with aggro on my regular pets. Normally, when you aggro kite like this, you'd use your rogue pet. So I'd be using the 105 pet. I don't know why he keeps getting aggro. But we really don't need him. Let's get your swarms out. And you should be okay. So, alright, there's an example of aggro kiting in Scorched Woods. If I find a new spot that's just as good, maybe I'll post it. I'm going to try this new Robon quick and see how that looks before I leave. Get that on. It looks pretty good. I usually don't like red on my robes, but silver and red look pretty cool. Someday I plan to do a how to play a Necromancer video on Necromancer fashion, because fashion is pretty important after you get all the important stuff down. You want to look good while you're doing this. So, alright, I think that'll just about do it. Any questions or comments, just post them below. Maybe give a thumbs up if you want to. Alright, this is FC out.